Are you set, gentlemen? We're going now. All right, so Honorable Briggs. Hello. Just keep quiet, gentlemen. So Honorable Briggs, welcome back from your international trip and welcome to the Legislative Press. We just come to chat with you, starting with the recent trip. What was it all about and how did you represent Liberia there? Then we'll get into other issues, starting from the legislature into the district. So welcome, how are you doing?
So first let me say thank you to members of the 4th Estates for always flagging off my issue. You don't have to do it, I didn't buy a scratch card and other things, but I appreciate the coordination we have. And of late, issue of press have improved a lot. People are making follow-up and asking the rightful question and not just speculating or coming up with story like they feel like. Those are the kind of things we want to see. So I was in Sierra Leone. We went for a delocalized meeting. A delocalized meeting in ECOWAS is just that the horse run through committees. So I'm on the gender committee as the secretary, which we call repertoire, and then the trade and movement committee, and then the political affairs committee, and then the AFAD, the African Development and Defense Committee. So this committee met in Sierra Leone because Parliament has instructed us to look in the issue of street child, the street children. You see, it's becoming alarming. The street children are all around. And when they choose, I was even angry. I wanted to choose Liberia. But then the chair came from Sierra Leone, and then she convinced me, we agree on it. And for me, I didn't regret the fact that we went to Sierra Leone. I posted a video. I saw up to 8 years old child sleeping on the beach. It's been abandoned. And I was concerned about it. I even called the gender, I sent a video, and I called the gender advisor to the president. Because they have a particular gender advisor to the president. And I also called the social welfare minister. And they also have a gender minister. And I told them I wasn't impressed. Because the first thing when we went for the Vera visitation, we were only able to go Don Bosco and Laughter. Laughter only bring the children, they don't feed them. They just bring them and then they only feed them, but they don't live with them. They take them from the street, feed them, and then they go back, sleep on the beach. And then the most frustrating part, people are telling me that it's just the beach you see, but they are all over. And we asked some of the children, they said the parents were on trucks, and some of them just left their homes. And nobody asked for them, send them. They are there. So that's going to give our informed position. So our own is far and better because we don't have kids on the street. We have young people, we have youth on the street and so forth, but having 11 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, 14, and then down to 8 years, that is troublesome. So it's something that after the delocalized meeting, we're going to be going back to Parliament in May. And then we'll sit with Parliament and give our report. And after the report, Parliament will either look at the recommendation or vote upon it. It will be sent to the Commission, head of ministers, and then the head of states. So we come back to Liberia to say, we either agree to say, let's do a generic law for the issue of protection of children and street children. Because some of the thing again that was identified in that issue was, and I'm going to be giving my report in plenary also, but it was 10 issues has been listed. The first one was FGN, people are leaving the villages, running away, migration. People take people children and they run away maybe, and then some of them were people take people children and bring them to live with them in the urban, and then at the end of the day you find out they're not treating them well. Some of them was drugs and different issues, poverty, and then we're going to debate in plenary and then we'll come out with a decision. And then that decision will be binding to the country. From there, we have the WAWU mission. The WAWU is the health sector of ECOWAS, and I'm on the steering committee. The steering committee report was done. We will normally every country gave their report, and we know how many projects WAWU is doing in different countries. In Liberia, having to be benefiting president for 6 different projects. They just coming to do the mental home again for the mental hospital for the AFL. Everybody, like I said, everybody will probably have a mental illness. You wake up in the morning, you traumatized, you don't have full money for your children to go to school. Somebody can stay for you, Papa, I want lunch. That alone can put your whole thing in off. So it's important that that be done. So after the World Steering Committee, here am I, back to work and back to section. And I'm grateful that I'm back safely and we have started the Liberian people business.
All right, thank you. So before let's start, let me we'll take a few more questions, 1 or 2 or 3 questions. So let's speak about this. Your action here at the House, the legislature, the House in general. You took an action to expel one of your colleagues, and then it has created a kind of public outcry. So specifically, you're one of those persons who supported the idea and also signed. What's motivated you to do so, and what's a lesson or legacy you guys are intending to set up here?
So the first thing is, thank God Yekeh Kolubah sat in the 53rd. In the 54th, I mean. In the 54th, I was the only member that refused to sign a resolution to expel Yekeh Kolubah. And for that reason, that committee report came, we wanted to suspend him and so forth. I was the only person. I said no. Yes, it was a heavy thing. And then that's why when somebody from CDC told me that I didn't expect you to sign, I say, I think it's heavily motivated by the government. I asked them, your government and this government, and who was spending money? I said, the issue of me even agreeing, if you bring that paper 27 times for me to sign, I will sign it. Let me tell you, you know how long we have suffered in this place? Every time we're working so hard to work in our various districts. When we call about acquiring properties for himself out of the country, he come and boast and snatch it in your faces. Who gain the visibility is the press. If you don't put a microphone to your mouth and put a camera on you, who will know in Liberia? So in fact, he boast about it. I dare you, I want to call on Wokola staff for the entire will be laying here. If today he say he's attacking me, the people that Liberian government paying for me, they will come and be begging for me. Because they're getting the daily bread. Where are the staffers? For so many years, you collect money, you enjoy yourself with it. We suffer in a place, we got to do projects, we got to work hard in our various district. And you can't be denigrate your colleague. You have no regards for them. You talk like to say you are the most perfect person when you corrupt more than any other person. So I can tell you, I will sign any day. Do we have to serve as a different person, a different to speak on the issues? Then to just continuous. You see, the issue of the Guinea thing was so troublesome. It was worrying people. Even everyone else was confused here. How can you come and say we're looking for Guinea? The land for Guinea. What was the demographic you used? What were the measurement you used to say the place was for Guinea? Well, look, even if people were money, that's another investigation we can do as a country. But I took all to defend the countries. Even ECOWAS, when people may say when they say Liberia, I don't want to know what they're talking about Liberia. That's how I can do it. To the point that our country report that we get every year, if I read that report, a bit of myself, if I say forget it, it will not work. I will not affect my signature on it. That's how it works. Today, I got colleagues in Guinea that called me and told me that even your colleagues said that the place was not for you people are looking for us. Do you know the damage and the harm it caused for this country? We can always do politics or everything. Like I said before, I said on the show, I said, say you can land a property, let you go manage your property and do real estate. The place is meant for business, for to work in Liberia interests. And you can be as a legislator, you're not in the people that gave you the power interest. Hey, you gotta go. No food for lazy man. No relaxation here right now. We're working. So we gotta work. So for me, I support the decision. I'll stand by it any day.
Honorable Mensah, you have already confirmed that indeed you signed to the resolution, but there's the concern that you were out of the country and that your signature was placed on the resolution.
It was placed.
Can you clarify?
Who? Then the person can show me how it was placed. So first of all, I say I need support. Somebody say my signature was placed. Tell the person to come.
How did it sound to the resolution?
My dear, I support the expulsion of Honorable Kolubah. And I stand by it. And anytime that people come before me, I'll close my eyes and sound.
Thank you. So can you close on the district? We told that you've been expected to have a
so through the South, we were being supported with $1 million as Women Legislative Caucus, and it's managed by UN Women Liberia here. So through that, we're going to be having a women engagement, and we have a focus person CHR that's going to be doing that engagement for us. So we're going to be in our district on the 25th, giving the report and doing an engagement, because we believe that the more women we engage, the better we want to increase it, which happen to be on Saturday. Then on the 28th and on the 29th, we'll be there to give our legislative requirement, which is reporting to our employers what we had over the years. And then from there, we'll come back and then be going back to ECOWAS for our sitting.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you so much.